What's the most ridiculous excuse you ever heard from a client for not wanting to continue with a potential match? Without,
So
I guess,
I
without
hear
like,
this
I guess,
so
like,
much.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
like, what's the most ridiculous excuse? You're like, are you serious?
Well, okay. So you want ridiculous funny or the thing I hear all the time?
I want ridiculous
Both.
funny,
I want
and I want
both.
both. You gotta give me the one that you don't want all the
She's
time.
too skinny.
Is the one you've heard the most?
No,
or
no,
like,
ridiculous.
Okay.
skinny?
She's too skinny. I mean, listen, it's a personal preference. Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, it's personal preference, and I get that. Men are very visual creatures.
Yeah.
I always say that men fall in love through their eyes. Women fall in love between their ears.
Yeah.
We're very much, you can coerce us into things by laughing, making us laugh.
Mr. Smiley right here, man.
Yes, yeah. So, but the thing that I hear a lot after first dates that I find personally ridiculous, there was no chemistry, there was no spark, and I'm like, but what you guys are searching for, this elusive spark, this is something that has been like created by Hollywood, and usually that spark that you're searching for is actually a surge of anxiety where you're unsure about the person and the person isn't making you feel safe. Where instead I promote going on a second date with somebody, because when you first meet somebody, it's such like a quote unquote cold meeting, right? Of course, there's going to be nerves involved. Like there's no familiarity there just yet. I always encourage people go on second dates so then somebody feels more comfortable with the other person. And also, you're not meant to feel anxious when you're actually supposed to be with the right partner. You're supposed to feel safe. It is supposed to feel comfortable. I laugh when I see like, or women or men, right, saying like, oh, I hate the drama, but yet that's all they search for in relationships. The toxicity
They
can
love
be
that.
addicting.
People love
and
that.
I find that so crazy because for me, what I love in life is peace. I love peace.
Yeah, as someone who's in a relationship, that's one of the
Okay.
things that I love about my partner.
Yeah.
She brings me a certain sense of peace in my life.
Yes.
I'm not saying our relationship is perfect. Obviously, we argue, right? Like every normal relationship, but we always try to find a compromising ground, right?
Yeah.
There's none of that toxicity. And, you know, in the beginning, when her and I started speaking, we got to know each other.
Yes.
We spoke for a whole month without seeing each other because I was living in London at the time and she
Okay.
was in New York. So all we had was to talk to each other. And even now, when I'm in Dubai and she's now in New York currently temporarily, all we do is talk to each other, right? So we get to really get to know each other, so that when we're actually in front of each other, it's sort of just
It's a stronger connection.
It's a stronger connection. That's what holds us together. I've been in relationships before where it was just literally I was just there because I was
Physical.
like physical. I'm only there because I like how you look, but I'm not really vibing with the person you are, right? Like or your personality.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the spark people talk about because I've been on dates where it's hard and I think I have a good personality I think so. But you know, if I'm going on a date and it's like pulling teeth to get a conversation out, then it's like, I don't know if I would do a second date. Where sometimes you just go on a date and it's like, I felt like I knew this person my whole life. And there's no, even the silent moments aren't like dead space. It's comforting.
I think that a good tip is to look for intellectual intercourse.
Yes.
I like that.
Have
I like
back
that. Yeah.
and forth, back and forth. And a tip, right? If you are on a date, right? I always tell people that to make every first date successful, find out what the other person is an expert in. Because number one, it is going to make the other person shine. They're going to feel comfortable. Yeah. Number two, you can learn something new.
That's true.
So it's like, even if you don't end up seeing this person or it's not a relationship afterwards, you can be like, oh, I learned something new. Success. Ding, check.
Take